So in this, we will see in this privacy laws and biometric data protection. In this, we will see what are the laws relating to person's individual privacy and their applicability. Okay, let's come to the introduction. In introduction, we will see that how biometric technology is used nowadays. In everywhere, biometric technology is using. We are using everywhere biometric technology. So why we are using this? This is necessary also for the security purpose. But there are some conditions where we see the person's privacy in this biometric technology. As someone's name refers, everyone has their own identity. Every individual has their unique identity. Every individual has their different recognizations and gestures. So on that basis biometric technology is made. Implications of the DPDP Act. And what is DPDP Act? It is a data protection data policy principle data principle data protection act on the use of biometric technology. So what are the implications? The Supreme Court has advised government that if the person is using biometric technology, there should be some laws that should regulate the person's privacy. That is right to privacy of every citizen's privacy is very mandatory. So on that basis, the implications of the DPDP Act is used. Let's come forward. What is meant by Data Protection Act and data privacy? So what is this? It's basically there are two means of this. If we see the Data Protection and Data Privacy Act, the personal information is only like address, phone number, marriage status. There are various personal information. So there, the increase in internet uses over years are very urgent for data privacy regulations. Therefore, these acts are made. And if data is now collected in unprecedented rate, there is a serious issue of protecting the data collected from unauthorized sources. So this is basically means that if someone is giving their private data to any technology involving, so there should be the act that should regulate the person's privacy. If we see the evolutions of Data Protection Act, we see in according to Indian context, we will only see that there are case. There is one case, that is case Puttuswamy versus Union of India. In this, it is very greatly pronounced that there is right to privacy should be fundamental right that safeguard under Article 21, because everyone is involving in this and there should be everyone's privacy matters. So therefore, there should be the protection laws against this. So this evolution was made in 2018. This is just amount to addressing someone's privacy. Okay. Therefore, let's come to the need for data protection and data privacy in India. What is the need in our world, today's world, to protect the data privacy is lost. There are various needs. On what basis we can say that, like, it provides protection for personal and non-personal information. If we see this regards that the law regulates how the information is collected and processed on the grounds of consent of individual, penalties in case of the companies, to protect the data as of the required basis on that person's personal and non-personal information is based. If we see preserve right to privacy, this basically implies that every individual has the right to their own data. Okay, every individual has their own data. So it all allow them to decide how they want to use their data and how they want to when they want to withdraw their data. Is this based on the particular person's consent? Okay, if we see the lack of awareness, so there is sheer lack of awareness, understanding. So, see, such a law is in a place. Okay, more awareness is necessary and important for privacy on digital platform nowadays, because digital platform is very vast. So we need to take care of them, and it will be easier to educate people about their rights and obligations while they are active on digital platforms. Okay, let's come forward to the prevents data breach, identity thefts. So let's understand this. This basically means data privacy. Okay, data privacy plays a crucial role in putting such mechanism in place that would help to prevent these offenses. On the basis of that, this Data Protection Act we see. Let's come forward to the rights of individual. So rights of individual is data protection empowers the person's individual. How? Let's see. It set up an effective grievance redressal. Okay, they get to know about their right. Okay, their data, their collection, storage, transfer. This is all this all should not get violated in any case. They are property compensate for any data breach. Okay, there is person's individual right where they can claim any data protection violation. Okay, if we see the promotes innovation and economic growth. Let's come to this. More nations and companies will consider in investing in different companies, in our companies, and data protection framework is a strong thing. So this will promote the economic growth in our society, in our economic culture. Okay, if we see that Digital Personal Data Protection Act 2023. So what is this? If we see this, so this is a act which regulate full protection and data privacy of all the individuals. Okay, this basically was made to protect the person's privacy and frame against the backdrop of privacy laws. Okay, DPDP Act is applicable extending outside the territory, like acting impose and obligations and establish comprehensive framework for processing personal data and has replaced the limit provisions of the IT Act. Okay, there is bodies formed under DPDP Act. How bodies form the personal whose personal data person the whose personal data is collected is called the data principal. So if we see the data principal is a fiduciary body that determines purpose behind processing the personal data. What is the purpose of person's human the person's individual? Okay, if we see the applicability, so there is a very how the DPDP Act is applicable without restrictions. Okay, extraterritorial applications are there, and there are data transfer which has no restriction according to this. So that applicability is there is a point to be get. Okay, if applicability of data protection and data privacy laws in India. If we see this, what is the applicability? So there are various organization digital personal data that is applicable of identifying the data principal to whom the collected data belongs. Like if how the person is giving their data to someone in any technology in any platform. So it's necessary to see how that data is applicable in that personal laws and personal platform. The organization is processing personal data like in Indian territory the person is giving the data outside but connection is in the activity for the persons or goods or service of an individual in India. Okay, the person is getting that information inside the territory or sending outside the territory, that is processing in our connection, that is privacy laws connection. Okay, if we see some of the facts, so on the factual basis, we will see there are very simple language that person can easily understand what kind of provision and what kind of rules and regulations are putted on this app. So that is very in a simple language. If we see that if it also ensure that diligent processing of data with accountability of authorities, there is proper accountability of authorities or if every confidence security data which has given to the particular platform. Okay, DPDP Act focuses on consent as an important ground. What is important ground? That the law process should be on the personal data should be on the high command. That is on the proper basis of protection. Let's come to the conclusion. In conclusion, we will see that biometric data is a very immutable thing, that is human existence. From human existence, for example, if we see that biometric data is a something which is which is giving someone is giving their private privacy of that body of that gesture. So everyone has their individual identity which the person is sharing in a technology. So that technology should ensure as well as security as well as individuals privacy. This is the basically means, and these are the IT regulations act, data protection and the DPDP act. This shows about these regulations of. So thank you.